all about?
Philadelphia.
Well, you tell me what the heck this is all about?
I come here from Huntington Beach, California, on a mission from God.
To get new clothes?
Along with me, I brought one of the biggest, one of the baddest, one of the leanest, and one of the meanest wrestlers you'll ever see in your life. At this time, from Huntington Beach, California, I'd like to introduce the Bodacious Pretty Boy. Hit the music.
The Bodacious Pretty Boy with a full introduction. This is the first time we've seen him here in the... Oh, my. This guy hanging around with Dennis Rodman? What's going on here? He must be hanging around with Dennis Rodman or something. The Bodacious Pretty Boy. Check out the outfit here. You know, I wouldn't go on Locust Street in Philly with that thing on. I'll tell you that. Please. Oh. Well, you are seeing some color for sure here. And maybe you do need sunglasses like the Bodacious Pretty Boy has on to see this outfit.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, 195 pounds, from Jamaica, here is Franswa.
So coming in from Jamaica is Franswa also. One of the recent newcomers here into the Worldwide Wrestling Alliance from Jamaica. Franswa against the Bodacious Pretty Boy. And as he looks into the ring and sees the cornucopia of color, he has to be wondering, what the heck is this all about? Wait a minute, we got more problems at ringside?
Contract signed by the commissioner that this man is not supposed to be the referee in this match. He has fought him. He has cost him more matches than I've ever had in my entire life because of this. They got him listed here as the referee. There's the commissioner.
Well, now they have a problem with Dan Haney. And I say this tongue-in-cheek. This is a first to have a problem with Dan Haney. Never.
Mr. President, they're asking.
Now they're going to the president, Dino Santa. They want to bring in a new referee. This is unbelievable.
Go get us another referee.
We don't need this. I don't want a referee in my matches. He cheats.
The Bodacious one. The Pretty Boy himself is upset.
Apparently there's a mix up here. There's an argument over the referees.
We had a sign on a beat.
So there's a big conversation at ringside now between the president, Dino Santa, and the head referee, the chief referee of the Worldwide Wrestling Alliance.
Right there it is.
It's very animated, I can tell you that right
He
now.
is not the referee.
Apparently there's a piece of paper being shown to the president, like there's the contract. You signed it saying you will give us another referee. We also have representatives of the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission at ringside, and they're now leaving with Dan Haney. They're leaving, heading back to the locker room area. So apparently the beef may be legitimate here to get a new referee at least for the Bodacious one, the Pretty Boy. And in the meantime, Franswa is just standing in there waiting. Dino Santa has headed back towards the locker room area as well. So right now we have wrestlers ready to do some battle and no referee, and now we do have a new referee coming out. The commissioners have brought out a new referee, so apparently you got to give the Bodacious one and his manager some credit. They're shaking the hand of the referee. You know, I never quite liked that. that looks a little suspect. But apparently they're finally happy, and at last we're going to see some wrestling action. And let's see, with all the talking the Bodacious One and his manager have done, and all the dancing and prancing, let's see what he can do in the ring. They're taking a long time just to get this match underway. And maybe we'll get some clarification from Dan Haney, who's the chief referee in the Worldwide Wrestling Alliance. And before the bell rings, the Bodacious One attacks both Franswa from behind. I'd like to get clarification on what exactly happened here. In fact, Dan Haney is joining us. Dan, can you clarify what happened here about them bringing in their own referee?
Well, it's not necessarily their own referee, Tom. What happened was, we've worked a match with him before, and you saw he came out in a dress. And
yeah,
I won't let him wrestle in a dress, first of all.
He thinks he's Dennis Rodman, I think.
At least. So apparently, unbeknownst to me, they had a contract for this match, and somehow it got past, our lawyers, and we ended up not being able to referee tonight.
So that was legit then, the contract he was showing the president, Dino Santa, that I couldn't see from over here, but I know the commissioners at ringside also were conferring, so they got themselves a referee.
Yes, they got themselves a referee.
All right, Dan Haney, thank you for clearing that up, and now we are seeing some quick maneuvers by both men. The Bodacious One showing some ability, and both Franswa as well.
This is going to be a different outcome. He thinks he's just too much of a pretty boy, and that's what cost him his matches most of the time. All right, Tom.
All right, thank you very much, Dan Haney, chief referee here in the Worldwide Wrestling Alliance. Well, we got it clarified that they did sneak it by. We have seen some exciting action here from Bodacious One. He doesn't weigh a lot. He's not real tall, but he has quick maneuvers as he flies around the ring. Now he's got both Franswa on the second rope. Wait a minute, he's talking to the referee, and as he's got him, come on, ref, will you turn your back? Look at this, both Franswa being choked blatantly on the outside. The referee fell for it. There was no reason for him to talk to him. And now, with the help of his manager, again, blatantly, he comes, drops the leg on the choke of both Franswa, and it's a blatant choke at that. Now Dino Santa, the president, is threatening to exile the manager. Apparently, since Dino got stuck with a contract that he did not see in advance, he may be saying, you don't have a right to be at ringside because he saw him blatantly interfere. Dino Santa is now talking to the manager, and I do believe he told him to get lost, but the Bodacious One is heading away too. So the Bodacious pretty boy thinking about leaving as well. Meanwhile, both Franswa patiently waiting the outcome of this discussion. Well, at least Dino Santa did get the cane away, which was used as a weapon. And now, the Bodacious pretty boy's back in there, and he looks like he's pouting a bit. Franswa, nice reversal. Good takedown, however, by the Bodacious pretty boy, and he locks them in. Going to drop the big arm, more like a fist, and a forearm. Oh, what's he saying? It's time to finish him off the second rope. And there's nobody there with a moonsault. A nicely done moonsault, I might add, but nobody home. As he went off the second rope. And Bo Franswa whips him across. Nice maneuver. As he left his feet and came back and gave him a big shot with the leg. Franswa showing some wrestling ability as well. Setting him up for the suplex. Has him up in the air, takes him down nicely. So the Bodacious Pretty Boy in danger of losing this one. Hooks the leg. The referee getting in position for the count, and his leg's on the bottom rope. So that'll break the count right there. And he comes up with a low blow on Franswa. And now Franswa on the outside. Well, that's a dangerous place to be because the Bodacious Pretty Boy has some help, but he's going to get it. Oh, it's a pile driver right on the floor. A pile driver on the outside. Come on, ref. He just had a pile driver on the outside. Bo Franswa in a lot of trouble now. Trying to get up. Being held. Oh, a maneuver by the Bodacious one as he leaps off his feet. Tumbles in the air and hits Franswa with his full body. And he's down once again. Bo Franswa in a lot of trouble as the Bodacious Pretty Boy put a lick on him after his manager gave him the pile driver. And give him credit. Franswa comes back into the ring for more. The Bodacious Pretty Boy's got a handful of hair, and the head of Bo Franswa into the top turnbuckle, into the top turnbuckle in another corner. Goes up on the second rope, lines up to start working over the head. Backflip. And Franswa, you can see, is literally hanging on the ropes. The Bodacious Pretty Boy whips him across. Tumbles, comes up, and there's nobody home. Franswa got out of the way just in time. Drops an elbow on the head of the Bodacious Pretty Boy. So Bo Franswa coming back to life quickly. The man from Jamaica with a clothesline and takes him down. Setting him up for a pile driver. Right in the center of the ring. Franswa going for the pin, but doesn't have the leg hook and getting it on the bottom rope once again. Is the Bodacious Pretty Boy. Franswa throws him off the rope, big elbow. And down he goes. He hooks the leg this time. We got a one. We got no count by the referee. Remember, this is the referee they wanted. Franswa is in the corner. Now being worked over once again is the referee. And for some reason is talking to the Bodacious Pretty Boy. And Franswa gets a shot. Every single time. Yo, ref, will you look? Every single time the ref has his back turned. The Bodacious Pretty Boy is getting some help from the outside. And now he's working over the leg. That's a lot of pain right there on the ligaments of the knee. And he wants to inflict some more pain. Oh, my. He bounces that hamstring right over the edge of the mat. The Pretty Boy climbs back in. Proud of himself. And Bo Franswa gets to his feet. Is pushed down. With a couple shots right to his neck and throat. What's he setting him up for now? flips in the air completely around and comes down on him. Now he's talking to the referee again. Come on, referee, you be wise. Oh, no, up the top. And a moonsault. And he drops the leg. Franswa is done. I do believe he is done. He's setting him up for a pile driver. Oh, no, not a pile driver. He just drives his face right between his legs, head and face first, into the center of the canvas, and there's no way he's getting up. The Bodacious pretty boy with lots of help is your winner. The Bodacious one, in front of the cameras, makes quite an entrance as he shows up in that dress. Now wait a minute, things aren't over yet, or are they? They got rid of Franswa.